Hi everyone, today we are going to do a short strength and mobility routine that you can do without getting down onto the ground. Two things that are going to be helpful today. One is to have a chair or a nice flat surface that brings the ground up to you. Best if it's like a dining room chair so that you can push it up against the wall for a little bit of stability. And the other tool that will be helpful is a resistance band. Mine has handles, but you don't have to have one with handles. If yours doesn't look exactly this way, that is okay. But a resistance band is the other tool that we are going to be using today. Put this next to me. So we are going to start by taking a seat on the chair. Coming to the edge of our chair, feet are flat on the ground. Hands come and rest lightly on the tops of our shoulders. And we're going to start with some elbow circles. Elbows circle back, trying to touch in the back, coming forward, curving the upper back. Reversing, elbows circle back, shoulders down away from the ears, and elbows almost touch or get as close as they can. Curling in, inhale, and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Getting a stretch as we try to bring those elbows as close as we can together. Reversing, trying to touch those elbows in the back as best as we can. Coming back together. And opening. Back together. And opening. Back together and opening. Whew, nicely done. Drop those arms down. Let's kind of shake them out a little bit. The next exercise we're going to do is we're going to, again, come to the edge of your chair. We're going to move our body to the right side of the room so that your right kind of butt cheek is sitting on top of the chair and the left leg is going to extend back. Try to square those hips as best as you can. So the right hip is driving back, left hip is coming forward and keeping it down towards the ground. You can have a little bend in that left leg, getting a stretch through the front body. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can bring that left hand up into the sky, reaching it up towards the sky and a little bit over for a little bit more of a stretch. Good. Breathing here. Nice. One more breath. And release. Coming to the other direction. Left leg is now resting on top of the chair. Right leg is off. Trying to square those hips to the side of the room. Driving the left leg back. Right hip in line. Resting it here. It's okay if there's a bend to that right knee. You can straighten it for a little bit more of a stretch. And if you're still looking for more, bring that right hand up into the sky, reaching it up and over. Again, driving those hips back, trying to square them together. Good, swinging it the other direction. A little shorter time that we stay here. And swinging it the other way. One more. Swinging it onto over this direction, which I believe is the right. And then coming the other direction. Good. Doing what feels best to you. Listening to your body. Well done. Shaking that out, coming to the edge of our chair. Right hand on the inside of the right knee. Left hand comes up. Keeping some pressure on the right hand and right knee. So they're kind of opposing each other as you rotate shoulders down away from the ears, looking to the back of the room. Head follows. Holding it here, nice spinal twist. Coming back forward, left hand, left knee, right hand up into the air, shoulders down away from your ears, rotating to the back of the room. Bringing it forward. Right hand, right knee, keeping that pressure. Left hand rotates to the back. Coming forward, left hand, left knee, right hand up, rotate. And bringing it back to center. Well done. We're going to do a little bit of our core work first, and then we'll move into strengthening the other parts of our body. So taking your chair, I'm going to rotate it just so that you can see me. You may want to push your chair up against the wall so it doesn't slide out from underneath you. But you're going to come to the large part of the chair, and your hands go flat on that surface, putting your shoulders over the top of your wrists, coming back into a plank position. And then you're going to push your body back, heels drive down towards the ground, hips tilt up towards the ceiling. Knees can slightly bend, whatever feels good to you. This is a modified downward dog. Keeping those abs engaged, come back into your plank position. We're going to do 6 of these, so pushing back into downward dog, heels push down towards the ground, hips tilt up, abs engage, come forward. Pushing it back, coming forward, keeping those abs nice and tight, pushing it back, and forward. Well done. One more. Keep those abs tight, pushing it back, and coming forward. Right hand plants, feet rotate, left hand comes up towards the sky. Pushing the ground away from you, trying to stay active through that shoulder. If you're collapsing like this, it's going to hurt and you're going to feel more discomfort. So try to use that strength and push yourself away from the ground. Coming back to center, left hand plants, feet rotate, right hand up into the sky. Pushing away from that ground. Right hand plants, feet rotate, left hand up. Left hand plants, feet rotate, right hand up, pushing away. Well done. Woo. Waking that core up. Coming back to our chair, we are going to stand behind it now and do a little bit of work with our hips and our legs. So taking a really nice wide stance, and you have that chair in front of you for balance. So nice wide stance. You're going to hinge forward at the hips, driving your hips back against the wall, and you're going to shift your weight to the right side. We'll lunge, coming back to center, shift the weight back towards the wall, and that helps your knees stay behind your toes. Coming back to center, hinge the hips back, and the other side. So moving with your breath here, keep those hips pointing back, abs stay engaged. Chair is there for your support. Keep those hips hinged back. If you're getting tired, you might notice your weight shifting forward. Keep that butt driving back towards the wall. Well done. All right, and coming back to center. So the next exercise we are going to do, we're going to rotate our chair and use it just as a reminder for where we want to drive our hips. Taking our resistance band, it's going to come into the middle of our feet. Then we're going to bring our hands up to our shoulders just to add a little bit of extra resistance. Feet are about hip width apart, knees are slightly bent, in making sure that our spine is neutral. We're going to drive our hips back towards the chair and coming up. Driving the hips towards the chair into a squat, coming up. Maybe you touch the chair, maybe you don't, but we are trying to kind of keep our hips back so that our knees are not going past our toes. Abs are engaged. You should not feel this in your lower back. If you are, get rid of the resistance band. Just work on the motion and trying to drive your hips back towards that chair and back up. Going back, squeeze the glutes together, back up, coming down, back up, coming down, and up. Woo. Warming up. And one more. Excellent. Hands come down from your shoulders. We're gonna do a couple more upper body exercises and then you're done. So we're gonna come to our resistance band. And again, taking that so it's in the middle of our feet. This time your knuckles are facing forward. And you're gonna drive that resistance band up, keeping your wrists straight. So you don't want your wrists to drop down. You wanna try to keep them in line with your forearms. So keeping knees slightly bent, keeping the core engaged, elbows come up and back down. Bringing up and down. Bringing up. Nice. Nice, slow and controlled motion. Nothing jerky. If you want to get a little bit more out of this exercise, try not to pause. So not having that pause at the top or at the bottom, just a nice fluid, continuous motion. And now if you have a resistance band that you're really not feeling it, you don't have very much resistance, you can choose a thicker band that has more resistance. The other option is to double up and shorten the distance to your resistance band. So it might be that you're grabbing a little bit lower and driving up. Driving up. I don't need that. This resistance band is enough. Driving up. But that's the nice thing about resistance bands. There's always a way to change them to meet what you need. Well done. Okay. The next exercise, we are going to bend forward. So again, we're going to keep the resistance band underneath our feet. And for this one, I am going to double up a little bit more to have a little bit extra resistance. I'm going to hinge forward at the hips, and I'm going to pull my elbows back. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Shoulder blades are coming together. So bringing it forward. This is working the middle of the upper back. Almost there. If this isn't feeling like quite enough, that you need a little bit more of a challenge, again, you can grab more of your resistance band to shorten it. That'll make the tension, that'll increase the tension, which kind of increases the weight. And the other option is to pull it up and hold and slowly release that pressure. We're gonna finish this routine with just a little bit more core work. So we're gonna come back to our chair. Hands are gonna plant down onto the chair, coming back into our plank position. We're gonna bring that right knee to the right elbow, kicking it back. Right knee to the left elbow, kicking it back. Right knee right. Well done. Right knee left. Well done. Right knee right. Right knee left. And we're gonna put that right foot down, left to left, left to right, left to left, left to right, left to left, left to right. One more. And there you have it. Your short routine that you can do without getting down on the ground to challenge your entire body. Thank you for joining.